Okay, so just a quick recap. Last class, we started with the Salesforce Lightning component. We have seen the component. Okay. We have seen the component that contains the bundle. Every bundle has the element, right? There are 3 elements we have seen.
Yeah.
Every component will have a 7 basic common elements. So between the application and the component. So application will be having the 7 elements here, and the component will be having the 8 components.
Yes.
And we also seen each one of them individually. What is the component controller? Basically, component will be having the name.cmp that is used for the template and design UI structure. And we have seen the controller. Controller is the name, and the system will automatically add the controller to the name.js. So this is a JavaScript. Why it is used? It is used for the client side logic returning JavaScript and CSS. And then we have seen the helper. Helper, the system will be automatically add the word helper to the component name .js, because this is a JavaScript. And this is used to write the common programming. Reusable components will be written in the helper. And this is also used to call the Apex controller, server-side controllers. And then we have seen the style. The style is what are the name we give the component name, and the extension will be CSS. CSS is nothing but Cascade style sheet. So this is used for the coloring, designing, style, layout. So if we are already using with the SLDS, then style need not to be used. And then we have discussed about the documentation. Documentation extension is AuraDoc, and this is used to implement the documentation, details, steps, flow, explanation, any kind of explanation that we can write it into the documentation. Renderer, we discussed the renderer. The system automatically add the renderer to the component, and the extension will be the JS. So because it is another JavaScript controller. So this is used for refreshing, reloading, onloading, any kind of based on the some picklist values or anything field value. If you wanted to re-render or if you wanted to reload the entire page, then we use the renderer. Then we have seen the design, the component name, and the system, it automatically add the extension as a design. And this is used for designing structure, style, layout. And these are rarely used to design part. And also we have seen the SVG, Scalar Vector Graphics. So the extension will be the SVG, and this is used to implement any custom icons, custom object. So as we already have a SLDS with the Salesforce, if we are using with the SLDS, SVG is need not to used. So this is also rarely used component. And then we have seen the component, right? So how the normal text is displayed, and the buttons, what are the buttons are there, different type of coloring by applying the variant colors. Then we have seen this, right?
Yes.
How about the assignment? Have you done the assignment?
Yeah, I have done that one.
Okay. Do you want to show the assignment?
Yeah, sure. I will share the screen.
Okay, let me stop.
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay. So yesterday we have seen the buttons and normal text, how it will be displayed, right?
Yeah.
So there are different type of buttons we can implement it. Okay. So button group, button icon stateful, button menu, button stateful. These are the different type of buttons. Okay. So yesterday, the one which we have seen is button. Okay. Let's see the button group.
Okay.
So what is the button group? First of all, button group is if you go to Salesforce, open any record. Okay. You will see these buttons are each other attached, right?
Yeah.
So the one which we created yesterday, if I zoom it little bit, there is a gap between the each button.
Yes.
Yes. But if you see the standard one does not have a space between the each button.
Yeah.
These are attached to each other. So let's see how that is implemented. Let me create a new lightning component. Name is LC. Today's date 0604. And this is a example 3. And the purpose of this is button group. And I'll click on a submit. So whatever we have written here, let's take these buttons. Okay. So right now on the account, we have a new contact, new case, new note. Let's take the same. New contact, new case, and then new note. Right?
Yeah.
So there is no coloring to the standard button group. There is no coloring to this.
Yeah.
So I'll remove the variant here. Okay. Let me save this. I already have a component, so I'll add that here. And save the application.
EG3.
Okay.
Zero 06.
So let's save that and let's see. So you see here, there is a different still it is coming up. There is a space between the each button.
Yeah.
So now if I include this into the lightning button group, so we have a command button group. Let's put all the buttons inside the button group. And let me save this. Let's refresh. You see the space has gone. That
Yeah.
means button group is nothing but if I wanted to merge, if I wanted to combine multiple buttons in one layout without any space, if I wanted to add, then we have to use the button group.
Okay.
Okay. So now this is exactly same. It is displaying the new contact, new case, and new note, right?
Yeah.
But if you observe here, there is something which is called as a follow button, and it has an icon here.
Yes.
This is the normal button. There is no icons to this. But if you look at this follow, it has some icon inside the button. So how to implement icon inside the button? Let's add on top of the button group. Lightning. This button is not in the group. This is outside of the button. So that's the reason I'm not including this button inside the button group. I'm writing this button separately outside of the button group. And what is my label that displays there? Follow. Follow is the button. And then I have, before the label, I have an icon. Right? If we go into the Lightning design system, let's go to the icons. Okay.
Yeah. Please.
So now this icon is something like a plus icon, right? Or add icon.
Yeah. Yeah. Third is the third.
It is on the utility icon. So add is the one which will fulfill my requirement. So let me use this icon. So in order to use the icon inside the button, we have a attribute called, which is called as a icon name. Icon name equal to which icon I'm using it? Utility add. Inside the utility icons, I need an add button or add icon. So for that, what I have to write? I have to write from where I am picking the icon. So that is utility colon. What is the icon that I need? Add. Okay. Now I have added the label and I have added the icon to the button. Where is this icon placed? It is placed at the right side before the label name. Okay. So if I want before the label name, the position I have to design. The icon position. So we have a attribute called icon position where I want right side of the button. Now let me see this. Let's refresh it. This is what my requirement. Let me refresh this as well. So it is coming here, right side. Okay. Now I'll change that to left. See here, this and this, both are matching. Right? So this is the follow that we have implemented here. New contact, new case, new note. So if I want at the right side, I can place the icon here. Or if I want on the bottom of the label name, I can place it there. Okay, so now this part, whatever we are able to see here on the account level, the action part, we have implemented simply by writing the 8 lines of code. So by using the just 8 lines of code, we have implemented the quick action exactly same as whatever we are seeing on the Salesforce standard account page.
Yes.
So far what we have seen the standard button. We have seen the button group. Then we have a icon button. Icon button. Next one is the icon button. So let's go ahead and see the icon button. What is it exactly? Okay, so icon button. For this, we have a lightning colon button icon. Lightning colon button icon. So what is the difference between the button and button icon? So you have understood button group, right? What
Yes.
is nothing but icon? Icon is nothing but on the top Salesforce. Do you see here setup and this
Okay.
notification and the profile icon? These are button icons. If I click, some action happens. That means I'm clicking on the button icon. If I click this one, notification. If I click on this, Salesforce help will be open. If I click on a profile, then it will ask me what is exactly, it will give me so much information what I need here. So these are called as a button icons. This seems like a icon, but backend it performs like a action button. So these are the button icons. Now let's take an example of setup. Let's implement this setup. Okay. So if I go ahead and look at the lightning design system, is there anything that it will give me this kind of a icon? Let's see that. That is a setup icon. Okay, we have a setting and setup, but there is a slightly different. So this seems to be setup, right? So let me use the setup here. For the button icon, what we need icon name. What is my icon? Utility colon setup. Okay. Then we have a alternate text attribute. What is this alternate text attribute? Alternate text is nothing but when you hover on the icon, it shows setup. When I hover on this, it shows view profile, notification. Like I'm implementing some icon. Okay, setup icon, I'm implementing it. If I hover it on the setup icon, there is some alternate text should be appear. So I want alternate text should be displayed when user hover on the icon. So I'll give the name as setting. Let's save this. and refresh. What is wrong here? Lightning button icon. Is something wrong with this? Case sensitive. So if I write capital here, it's showing me error. It says that lightning button icon controller init has some issue. So this is even cap smaller also matters in the lightning component. Okay, so now this icon came setup icon, right? So whenever I hover it, it shows me setting.
Yeah.
Same thing for we can implement same for help, for notification. Let's see, is there anything for help here? This question mark. Okay, I have a help and I need notification. Is there anything on notification? Yeah, here it is, the notification. So let's go ahead and use the same. So the first one is question mark. So which is a help. Next setup and then notification. Okay, so same thing which we have implemented. Question mark, setup, notification. But if you observe, whatever we have implemented, it shows border. Right? Here it shows border.
Yeah.
But here it does not show border. But this is not in the group. There is nothing in the group. It's not in the group. It's an individual button icon, but there is no border to the button icon. So for that, to implement same as it is, Salesforce, we have something called as a aura set. Just a second. So we have something called aura set. If you search in the Google, so aura set is basically if I wanted to combine everything. Okay. Okay, aura set, we'll learn it later because that has to learn few other things before the aura set. So first we will go through the other points, then we will come to the aura set. So this aura set, whatever it is showing the attribute, this is related to the address one. Okay, but right now we need aura set for the button. Whatever the button we have, we need it. These are the actions, right? So these
Yes.
are the action buttons. So we need aura set for the action. I'm just thinking, is there any other way that I can implement
Okay.
without aura set? There is something variant. We have a different type of variant. So if I use, what will happen to this? Let's see how hell look like. If this works, then we can simply implement. Yes, it worked. Okay, so this worked. So basically, in order to remove the border, we can also use the variant equal to bare. So let's apply for all the buttons bare. Now let's refresh here. See,
Yeah.
this exactly look like the Salesforce button icons, right?
Yeah.
So variant is playing a major role here. If I wanted to remove the border, if I wanted to apply a color, or if I wanted to disable the button, so variant is the one which is playing a role on the to apply the beautification to the button. So we'll see what are the different variants are there. So first one is a bear we have seen. The bear is nothing but in order to remove the border. If I wanted to see quick action or button icon or button, if I wanted to see without border, then we have to use the bear. And we also have a variant equal to base. Base is also works. Let me apply here base and see how it looks like. So base, it removes the border. Border does not appear, but it highlights the button. It seems like a button is on top of your screen. If you look at this, the border is actually not showing it. It seems like it, the button, the icon is stick to your screen. Do you see here? So it is showing as a like keyboard kind of a thing on top of your screen. So that is base. Base is nothing but a button without border, but it will give the look of plain text link. Then we have a neutral. Neutral is the default variant. So in case if you do not mention any variant there, by default, it will take it as a neutral. Neutral means no color, no borders, nothing is there. So whatever the Salesforce is providing it, by default variant will take it as a neutral. Then we have a brand. Brand is nothing but if I apply variant equal to brand, then what it does, it highlights into the blue button or blue icon. That means it will take user attention to that particular button. So as soon as I log into the any page, if the button is highlighted with the blue, then my direct focus goes on to the button. Right? Then we have a brand outline. The brand outline is similar to brand, but only the label and border are blue. So it's same like this. What will happen if I apply here the brand? So now it seems like entire button is with the blue, right?
Yes.
If I apply brand hyphen outline, what will happen? It only works for the border with the blue. It will not, color will not come on complete on this.
Okay.
It just outline. Then we have seen destructive. Yesterday we have seen destructive.
Success.
Destructive is nothing but it will highlight the button with the red color. Brand is blue color. If I want the complete button to be red color, then we have to use the destructive. And same, we have a destructive text. So this is similar like a destructive, but only the label, the text will be in a red color. Then we have a inverse. Inverse is basically uses the background color, light text. It's like a dark background. Then we have a success, which is green color. These are the different variants that we can use it on the button group, icon button, stateful icon, button stateful. On all of them, we can use this variant. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay, now we understood the button, how to create on this part, how to implement this part we have understood. And then we have understood how to implement button icons, right? Now,
Yes.
let's go this menu button. Menu button is nothing but wherever I have seen this drop down, if I click on this, it will show different type of quick action. It shows here, right? So if this is a
Yes.
menu icon. So if I click on this different type of quick action, it will show me. So let's see how to implement this one. The first one is button icon. Then we have implemented the button group. Then we have implemented the icon buttons, right? Now let's see menu item. Okay. For the menu item, so we have command called menu item. Simple. Whatever we are thinking to implement, identify the exact name of how we pronounce. This is a menu item. This is a button. These are the button icons. If we are clear with the terms, it is easy to use the what is required here, because we have a lightning button group, lightning button icon, lightning menu item, lightning button
Yeah.
menu, many things are there. If you are clear what is this called, it is easy to implement in the lightning. Okay, now let's take menu item here. If I click on, let me go to one of the record. Okay, so if I see here what it shows, edit, delete, change owner. Okay, let me take same thing. So my label is edit. Right? So ending, you need not to be mandatory. You have to use this. Okay, it can be slash, can be applied here instead of the complete tag.
Okay.
So which are the way is possible, you can use it. So now I have implemented menu item with the label edit, delete, change owner. But as soon as I click on this label, what is the value that I wanted to capture? If I wanted to capture any value, when I click on this label, we can write some value. Like I'm hard coding here right now because we are just looking at the UI part. We have not reached at the logic, business logic. So right, if I click on the delete, maybe delete, it will give me the value of delete. If I click on the change owner, maybe it will give me the value of change. Whenever you get this kind of errors, okay, look at the line. It will give you the line. So here it says me dash 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 is not permitted with the comments 5 and 6. So that means these two lines have something issue.
Third line is not closed. We have closed it in the fourth line. You have three underscores. In the fourth line, you have three.
Let me remove this.
Only two lines. Yeah. Menu items.
Spelling. So whenever you get an error, look at the line number. People will get confused where to look at. If we have 100 lines of code, sometimes we get these kind of issues. But if you get it, it will directly give you the information where exactly is wrong. So right now it says that 17. Okay, now refresh the app. So it's showing me the menu items like this. Okay, but our expectation, our requirements are different.
Yes.
Client requirement is different. So in that case, so this did not work for me. So let me use another tag here, which is called as a button menu. Okay. And the button menu will be having the alternative text. So let me give you here menu. What will happen if I add button menu and menu inside that menu item? So this is requirement. So when I click on this, it should show me edit, delete, change owner.
Yeah.
So this is the client requirement and this satisfied here. If I click on this edit, the backend, it takes the value as, if I click on edit, it will take edit. If I click on delete, it will take the delete. If I click on a change owner, the value will be taken as a change. So now we are fulfilled the requirement. Whatever is the requirement, this is the requirement that they wanted. As soon as I click on this, it should show me the 3 quick actions. So that same thing which we have implemented. Now let's assume that there is a requirement has changed. Okay, now they are saying that edit should be displayed here. Delete, change over, these two should be displayed under the one more subcategory. Like they wanted to categorize the quick action. Categorize means edit should go into the different categorization. Delete, change owner should come in the different categorization.
Okay.
So there is a change in the requirement. Now they wanted to categorize the buttons. If I wanted to categorize the button, so there's the requirement is edit should go in a different. Now delete, change over should be the different categorization. So that means I have something which is called as a menu subheader. Menu subheader. Let's give this the label as Let's give it as a DML. Okay, let me put this also inside the DML. And let's use here different label, which is a new contact. Okay, new contact should be displayed in a different categorized, and DML should be having the edit, delete, change only.
Okay.
Let's see how the output shows. Only it is showing the new contact. It does not show me the DML. What is wrong here? Menu subheader. Let me comment out this because it is thinking inside the DML. And let me close here. Okay, now let's see what is the output. It is categorizing it. If you see that there is a space which came between the new contact, edit, delete, change owner. But it is not showing me the label. Reason is this. Now let me refresh. Okay. So the categorize, whatever we have categorized, it is coming with the bold. This is not a quick action. It is dividing the button. It is dividing the buttons into the each categorization. Now new contact on top, inside the DML, I have a edit, delete, change owner. If I implement another subheader, if I delete another subheader, which is called as a contact, inside the contact, I have a new contact, edit contact, delete contact. Let's refresh this. Now here is, this is one categorization which is talking about the opportunity details. This is another categorization which is talking about the DML operation. And this is another categorization which is a contact. Right? So we can categorize the quick action way to display. And also we can use the condition here. Okay. Condition in a sense, based on the field value, only display this categorization of the field, quick action.
Okay.
If I have a field value edit, only show the DML thing. If I have a value of the contact, only show this categorization. In that scenario, it is useful.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So this is talking about menu item, subheader.
Yes.
Now we have another buttons which is called as a, so we have seen standard button, button group, icon button. We have seen menu items. Menu items, we have seen
Menu
button menu.
button.
We have seen subheading. Now we have a stateful button and icon stateful button. Let's talk about stateful button, icon stateful button. What is this exactly? Let me change this. Okay. Let me switch to the classic. Let's go to the charter. Let me post something here. Okay, so when I post it, let's open this. Okay, so when I post it, you see here the colors, it's changing it. So as soon as I post, it is coming as a light color. So if I click on a icon, it becomes blue. If I unclick, it is now black color. Right? If I highlight on this, it is coming as a blue. So this is the icon, the thumb symbol is there, whichever is the thumb symbol, this is icon. So icon is same. So basically when I place my mouse, it shows blue color. If I unselect it, it shows in a different color, disabled color, which is a black color. So this is called as an icon stateful. And this is the button. So button is also when I hover it, it's showing me the like is on the different color, two colors it is displaying basically. So on the hover, when I take out the mouse, it is in different color. So this is a button stateful. Icon stateful, button stateful, both are same. It doesn't change, button doesn't change, but the colors will be applied differently. So how to implement icon stateful? Let's go to the developer console. And right now we are implementing the icon stateful. For the icon stateful, button, icon, stateful. Okay. And the attributes are, what is my icon name? Let me take same one, utility notification. And then my alternative text, notification. On click. On click, what will happen? It should call me the controller. This is on click. It is selected. If the icon is selected, what should happen? It should call another JavaScript controller. Okay, this is the one which we have implemented. On click, it shows me error because I do not have a JavaScript right now. If I select it, also it will show me an error. Okay, so basically these two doesn't work. On click, if I wanted to change the color, then I have to implement a JavaScript to change the color of this notification. Okay. That is the icon stateful and button stateful. If you observe any component, any lightning component, that can be account or opportunity or anything. If you take any component, what is the structure of any component? What is the structure of any component? This is the lightning component. Okay. So every component will have header, body, and then footer. So this is a header. This is a body. And this is a footer. Okay, on the header, the right side, you will have all the actions here. And the left side, you will have all the titles. Okay, now let's look at the real one. Okay. So whatever the snipping I have taken, if you observe this part is header. This part is header and this is body. This does not have a footer. Okay, if you look at the account record also, it has a header. This entire thing is a header. And this is a body. So whatever you are seeing the detail section, that is the body. Will not have a footer here. There is a footer by default. Salesforce has given. There's nothing changed here. So majorly that we look at is header and the body. The fields, everything will be on the body. If you take on the top also, this part is header and this is the body. Yes. Right?
Yes.
So now on the header is divided into the 3 sections. Right side, all the actions will be there. So these are all the actions. And we have seen how to create these actions, how to create icon button, how to create a button group, how to create a menu items, and how to divide the subcategory in the menu items. We have seen that.
Yes.
And this, how to pull this icon, this one, only the pending is how to create this header. Okay. Let's go ahead and see how to create this header. But basically you understood the structure, right?
Yeah.
This is called as a lightning card. In lightning component, this is called as a lightning card. In lightning card, we have a header body. So let me go and create a new lightning component. This is the lightning card. Okay. So aura column component, what are we doing it? I wanted to implement the card first. So lightning card. And on the card, what is the title I have? Account is the title that I have.
Yes.
So let me use title equal to account. Let's close this. Save. Lightening. Let's save this. Let me use this component in the existing application. This is the card component. Okay, I'll refresh. See, the card has created.
Yeah.
The card created and title came as account. So our first step, which is implemented lightning card and then account. Okay, now let's go and add the icon here. I have an icon here. Next step is to add the icon. Which icon it will be suitable? Let's go to the lightning design system. I have a standard icon, account is there. So I can use the standard icon, account. Okay, so in the title, I'll use the icon name equal to, I'm using the icon from standard icon.
Standard.
Till now I have used the utility icon. So for the standard icon, I have to write standard and then my icon name. Let's save it. Refresh. See the icon. So the next step we have achieved it. Right? Now,
Yeah.
what is, I'll just give you some more information like inside this card. If I add anything here, let me add, for example, account name. If I wanted to print something here, account type, maybe. Okay. So how it will display? It will display like this, account name and account type. Though you have written in the next line, you have not written the after this, but Lightning will assume that it is everything in one line. If you want in the different line, break it. If you break it, it will come one by one. Okay. Or else you can add paragraph. Right? Or you can add a span. We have a span. Let's see how it displays for span. I'll apply only for one. So its span is thinking that same line. Span is also, if I add in the second line still, it's saying the same. But if I add a div on top of it, let me save this. So it will come here. So basically, based on the requirement, which tag I have to use it, developer has to decide it. If you think a break works for my requirement, let's use the break. But if you think paragraph is going to use it for my requirement, let's use the paragraph. Okay, it's all depending on the developer, what they are going to use it. Because it doesn't matter UI side, what is you have used, it doesn't matter. Because look wise, it's same. Whether I use the break, whether I use the paragraph, it looks same. But how beauty you wanted to bring into the code, that is depending on the developer. Okay, so now let me show you one more thing here. So I'll add a button here. Lightning colon button. Okay, if I add a simple button label equal to submit. What will happen if I add a button? Button is displaying below the icon, name, type, then it is displaying the button. But as per the design, quick actions, everything should be displayed on here, right? This is the header. Button should not be displaying here. It should be here somewhere. So this is something not correct as per the requirement. Now we have used in our previous component, some buttons we have used it. So this is the button, right? We have used it. Let me take the same button. Let me add here. This is the button group. Okay, I have added the button group. But where it is showing? It is showing right side. It's supposed to come here.
Yes.
So for that, we have a something which is our set. Let me include everything in the aura set. My aura set should work. Attribute. Aura set should work for the quick action. If I add everything in aura set, lightning, right. So let me write everything in aura set. So what will happen if I include aura set? See, it is coming here. Because I have follow is coming here and then all the groups are coming here. because I have written the button outside of the aura set. Let me include this as well in the aura set. If I include follow also in the aura set, everything comes here. There are different ways we can do it. Okay, so I can, instead of aura set, I can add SLDS for the position, to show the position. Okay, if I want in the right side, then I can give the SLDS position and I can add that SLDS design. Okay, different ways we can do it. Either I can add a design here in order to place the button right side, left side, center, whatever is there, I can add here LDS. But recently, not recently, maybe I guess 6 months back or something, they have introduced aura set.
Okay.
So aura set, which will already take care of the things where it should fall as per the design. So here we have a aura set is a in markup to set the value of an attribute inherited from the component or event. Okay, so you can go through this, understand what exactly is the aura set. So this is basically setting the attribute inherited from a super component. So for now, aura set, I have used it for the actions. So as per the requirement, my actions are falling into the different place. I wanted to put it as per the component. What are the base component is there? As per that, I wanted to place those buttons, whether it is right or left or center, whatever the standard is there. The same way I wanted to place it in my custom component also. So this will take care of it. So here aura set, they have used it for address. So they have a address attribute here, and there is something they have set the hard coded and the address one, and they are taking the value of the address one. So somewhere it is there, they wanted to place it in proper.
Okay.
So here it is written, this is a warning. This usage of aura set works for the component and abstract the components, but it does not work for interfaces for more information. Are you clear?
Yeah, I'm clear.
Okay. Now we have the card, we have the icon, name is there, and we have a buttons here. Right, what is missing here? There is a subheading which is there, that is missing here. And also the menu items.
Yeah.
So we have implemented already menu item, right? So you can add that same thing to the component.
Yeah.
If you can bring the same logic here, it will work. And then we have a subheading. Subheading is, how can I add the subheading? So now I need aura set. Usually what people does is, if the flow, so the flow in a sense, first I need an icon, then account, then the button. So the logic will also be implemented same like account, icon, and then the button. But if I write it here on bottom, so if I remove it from here, I'll take this icon on the, this is on the lightning card, okay. I'll take out the title here. So right now my card has only the icon.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I have a aura set. So my first implementation is button. Then I wanted to implement
Title.
account and then subheading, which is a Burlington. Okay, this is in the bold. How it will display right now? See here. Because it is displaying after my group of the button, because that's how I have written the logic. But if I write aura set here, and right now my attribute should work for my titles, because this side it is called as a title. Okay, now let me apply the break here. See, it doesn't matter in the code wherever you are writing, it doesn't matter until unless you use the aura set and give the proper attribute name here, it will automatically take care. Based on the design, where the title should display, where the action should display, where the header should display. Aura set will automatically take care. So ideally, any developer, what he will do, this will be on top because it should be displayed before the button. That's the reason we write it here. But if you are using the aura set, it doesn't matter where you are writing the code, whether on top or down, it will take care automatically based on the attribute.
Yes.
Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. So what we have learned today: standard button, button group, icon button, menu items, button menu, subheading, stateful button, icon stateful, aura set, lightning card, and then how to use the standard icon,
Yeah, standard icons.
right? So
Yeah.
these and variant, different type of variant we have seen. So that's for today.